Today we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming MoneroV hard fork. Are you all ready to get your free crypto dividends just by holding one of your favorite cryptocurrencies already? You do not want to miss this. Stay tuned. This is Cracking Crypto, so let's get cracking. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate you tuning in. If you are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date on all the latest and breaking in the cryptocurrency universe and the latest trading information and signals. If you are a returning viewer, make sure you give us those thumbs up. We highly appreciate it, and leave us your comments in the section down below. Also check out the Discord and our website, crackingcryptocurrency.com. All right, so I'm just going to dive right into it. We've been talking about hard forks. It seems that early 2018 has been a time of a lot of turbulent things. Obviously, we've had a significant market correction, Bitcoin and everything significantly down from the top, and some have struggled to recover in ways that others have not. However, in that time, we have had some exciting airdrop, splits, forks, whatever you want to call them. We had Ethereum Classic, we had Z Classic, we had Neo's Ontology airdrop. We had a lot of cool pumps, a lot of great trading opportunities, and MoneroV is coming up. If you look at the chart of Monero, it has been a wonderful coin to hold. A fairly tricky coin to trade, to day trade it, but it's been a wonderful coin to hold. So I want to talk to you guys today about MoneroV. Now, we've heard about it, it's coming up, it just recently got pushed back. So why don't we hop over to their website so we can take a look at really what is going on. All right, so I got this pulled up right here. All right, so here we are at the MoneroV website. That is monerov.org. This is the official website of MoneroV. Now again, this is the hard fork of Monero, and it's going to happen on or about the 30th of April. Like I said, this was just pushed back. That's okay. Gives us more time to accumulate. Now, I know what you're all thinking, and I know exactly what you think I'm going to say about trading airdrops, about trading forks. I told you not to hold on to Ethereum Classic for the fork. I told you not to hold on to Z Classic for the fork, and I was right both times, I'd like to say, in retrospect. Now, you can come out of the woodwork in 2 years or 6 months when they pump up 1,000%, if they do, and I could say, hey, you didn't have to lose 70% or 30% on your trades to do that. You could have bought in low, rode the pump up, sold high, and bought that new fork dividend low and sold that high. You could have traded it just like you trade everything else. This whole idea, oh, if I'm going to throw money over here to get free tokens, it doesn't make any sense, and I've charted this out before and shown you guys. I'll have to do it again maybe sometime. Go back and watch my other videos on Ethereum Classic and Z Classic, specifically where I go over the charts and the price action leading up to and after the fork dates and the airdrop dates. So let's talk about MoneroV fundamentals just real quick for a little bit. In 40 days, 40 minutes is the countdown timer. It says the best private digital currency in the world. Well, since it's not out yet, I would say that's probably Monero at the moment, but we'll see what happens. So this is going to happen here at block 1,564,965, and you will get credited MoneroV in a 10-to-1 fashion just for holding Monero. So 10 MoneroV for every 1 Monero you hold. Now, they've got stuff here that they're talking about. It's going to be secured. This is already featured. Scalable is in development. Private, already featured. Here's their roadmap. Let's take a look at this real quick. April 2018, the hard fork, the 10x airdrop. June, lightweight GUI wallet and web wallet release, so just a couple months. September, Bignum fix 2 to the 64th degree limit for all dependencies. I'm not a coder. I'd like to say I know what that means, but I don't. I should look into it more. I apologize. I'm just giving you guys the scrape down bare bones basics, and then we can go look at the chart. Q1 2019 proof of work change. Q4 2019 Mimblewimble implementation. You heard it here first, folks. Mimblewimble implementation. Let's look at some of their specifics. Their coin supply. Now, this is what's going to markedly differentiate them from Monero as it stands now. Monero as it stands now has an unlimited growth supply like Ethereum, although Ethereum likes to say that they have some kind of graph or metric plotted out where they'll end at like, I don't know, 200 billion or something like that. But Monero does not have a mechanism for that. They have an infinite coin supply, unlike Bitcoin and unlike a lot of cryptocurrencies. So MoneroV is going to cap that. They're going to cap what they have at a hard cap of 256 million. Smooth emission decline until they hit the minimum. Circulating supply at the hard fork of 158 million. So roughly almost 66% of their total supply. Proof of work is going to be Crypto Night algorithm. Difficulty retarget every block. Adjusted difficulty initially after airdrop. They're going to retarget the difficulty every block. Whew. Block time is going to be 120 seconds. That's pretty nice. 2-minute block time. But again, as with the situation with Litecoin and Bitcoin, cutting the block size or cutting the block timer in half does not a more secure cryptocurrency make you. Block reward, a smooth decrease, a minimum of 6 per block once they get up to that 184 million mark. Dynamic block sizes, privacy with ring signature and stealth address. And here they've got the opportunity to get some MoneroV via the, well, I feel like a dummy. Airdrop, hard fork, same thing. Frequently asked questions. Let's look at these. So what is MoneroV going to be? What's going to differentiate it from Monero fundamentally? Well, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, not a whole lot, except for maybe 2 things. The hard cap and Mimblewimble. They're saying here MoneroV is a private, untraceable, now finite. Now if you left finite out and secure cryptocurrency, that would be Monero. But now they're finite, so they're just going to add finite to it. Okay. A split will occur, blah, blah, blah. The new, yeah, we know that. That's how forks work. Okay, so how is MoneroV different from Monero? Among other differences, MoneroV has limited supply of coins, while Monero's coin supply is infinite, and MoneroV will implement new protocols that will solve the scaling problems facing Monero and other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. You can read more in detail in the MoneroV roadmap, so you guys can check that out at your leisure. I see that they don't even really kind of scrape it down or explain it very well right here, so it leaves me to believe that a lot of that is probably theoretical and absolutely not implemented. In fact, they say right up there above their roadmap that it is not currently implemented, which means you never know if it's going to be developed or not. I know 1,000 people with 1,000 great ideas, and maybe one of them will actually make something valuable. So you guys know how hard forks work. If you guys are following the channel, you guys know what's up. It's going to be on or around April 30th. Now, I haven't heard any exchanges come out in support of the fork yet, but you guys know how the exchanges do things. They wait until 2 or 3 days before the actual hard fork or airdrop, and then they come out and they release it. And you know, some people knew beforehand, most people didn't. Everybody knows that they're gonna do it though, and then volume jumps in and it has this really last massive pump off, and then about, you know, whatever, you know, maybe 4 to 5 days before the actual hard fork, we see the dump. And so people get double hit hard because they could have got out at that top. You know, the smart money gets out, you know, even before the airdrop. They're not waiting for everything to get locked up. And you're going to get your 10-to-1 MoneroV. However, they are recommending, because of the exchange situation, because no exchanges have come out in support of it yet, and because keeping your coins on an exchange for a long-term basis anyways, unless you're just getting them on there to trade and getting them off from your buying, is not smart and not secure. They're recommending that you use the full GUI wallet from getmonero.org. The second best option is mymonero.com web wallet. I'm not a big fan of web wallets, but blockchain.info has been around a long time. There are some good ones. Let's see here. Again, they say what exchanges will support the fork. There are no official statements. What does MoneroV offer? An advanced privacy coin with extra add-ons, more governance, less spam, and botnet mining. Our development team works on several key features such as Mimblewimble protocol integration, sidechain support, spam elimination, and more. You know, the only thing that's interesting there is the Mimblewimble integration. Extra add-ons, ooh, cool. Like, show me something specific. More governance, does not a better coin make you? Less spam, you can't, it's very hard to implement protocols that reduce spam. I mean, you look at the Bitcoin Cash, the Bcash spamming of the Bitcoin mempool. These are things that they're not sustainable on a long-term basis because they cost the attacker money. And if the attacker's not successful in his attack, then spending all that money is worthless. So the important thing here is not more governance and less spam. The idea here is to build through community a strong and secure blockchain through financial incentive as well. Because I gotta, I make fun of people for being like, yeah, man, it's all about the community, man. No, it's about doing for me, doing good for me, and it being in my best interest to do good for you. It has to be in my financial. People do things when they are incentivized to do them. Financial incentive, moral incentive, desire incentive. You have to provide people the proper incentive to do the right thing, the right action. That's what I love about blockchain and cryptocurrency, is because they fulfill people's desire to do for themselves, to earn for themselves, to make money, and live privately and securely and create a better world, and in doing so make your world a better place as well, and secure and make you more private also. Our development team works on several key features such as Mimblewimble protocol integration. I made a video on Grin and Mimblewimble a little while back. Go back and check that out. It is a project that I am very excited about. I am working on getting into Grin mining right now. I'm trying to hang out in the threads where they're at and talk to those guys. And they're really knowledgeable, really cool. I've been busy with a whole lot of other tasks, so I haven't been able to spend as much time in there as I've wanted to, and haven't had the chance to really dive deep with both feet like I've wanted to. But I'm super excited about Mimblewimble. There's a lot of good podcasts out there with their developers. It's a really exciting project, and I'd look for that to be integrated on a side chain in Bitcoin. And this would be interesting to see it on a side chain or on a split of Monero. It'd be interesting to see it on Monero itself. Obviously, Fluffy Pony and them are going to go their own way, do their own thing. But the story behind Mimblewimble is almost as fascinating as the story of Satoshi Nakamoto. So I digress. So why don't we jump over and look at the chart real quick. Let's look here at this bad boy. So as we can see, Monero has been a fantastic coin to hold. It's been a rough coin to day trade, honestly, and that depends on your time frame and how you trade. So let's see here. Let's look at, obviously this is the daily. So this is January 14th. So this is early January, the beginning of the crash. And we see here back in December 20th, we had a pretty huge spike down here, as we can see. Let me zoom in on that. So we reached our all-time high here of $476. And we crashed very, very quickly to $151. This is the XMR USD pair on Bitfinex. So that is crazy how far that just dropped right down. And whoever bought that dip knew what was going on, because that dropped down 68%. That is quite insane. Let me turn log off. I don't know why I'm looking at log. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Longer time frames, yeah. Shorter time frames, I find that they just screw up my TA. So let's take a look at what we might be able to expect. All right, cool. Make sure I got my settings correct. Okay. So let's see here. Well, we were riding right above that 12-day EMA all the way up, came down a little bit, came back up, broke down through. Yeah, like I said, it's been kind of a crazy one to trade. Now the lagging span is pointing down, and we are underneath the cloud. So what kind of upside potential do we see for this pump? I mean, we're experiencing a lower low here. This is the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is continually moving up, and the future indicator here, the cloud indicator, came over, bounced off of it, and shot right up. That is cool to see. Just like as these were riding along the cloud for the longest time, all my moving averages, just as price was riding along the cloud, and they just bounced up, and that's when the cloud just bounced right off the 200-day moving average, and the cloud is still quite high above the 200-day moving average. So I am looking for a little bit of upside potential here. These are my exponential moving averages, so they are curving down. See what I see from a longer time frame view of this. I mean, the 200-day moving average draws your trend line for you, you know? Now, where we're at right now is a little precipitous. I mean, we've got the 3 black crows right here, candle pattern signal right here, but we're coming off of this reversal kind of long board hammer right there. You know, and this, I know it's not a perfect hammer, but this is exactly what all the reversal charts for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, that's what they all look like. These charts don't, this price action does not look like traditional markets and stocks, guys. It looks different. You have to learn, you know, the systems. That's why I have these different settings on my Ichimoku. It's a 24-hour market cycle, guys. And we're below the area of large volume, you know. There's not a lot of people bought this dip, unfortunately, and I don't know what it is. I mean, this is a nice buy for me right here. I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. See, like, I guess some people are starting to come out of the woodwork now. You know, this is active on Bitfinex. So I don't know. I'm hesitant to make price predictions in this market, but if we follow the path that we've seen, we've got 40 days left for this pump. So here's what I'd like to see. If we let's look at the weekly. Let's see how the weekly is gonna give me on the 200-day moving average. All right, well, here's our 50-day moving average for the weekly, and again, it's drawn the trend line just as well. So I would look to say that if we actually do, and this looked like it can be an inverted hammer right here, it's just a very low volume week. Granted, you know, and we're almost halfway done with the week. That's not a lot of, well, it's not a whole lot of real open body, obviously, and you see here volume's low. Sorry, my graph there got crazy. Yeah, and as you can see, I mean, we've had descending volume for 3 weeks now, you know, after this, you know, obviously this massive spike of volume and this right here. We did have some rising volume right here, so that's good to see though. We like to see higher volume on our moves up and lower volume on our moves down. That lets us know that there are more buyers than sellers in the market, even though they're able to overcome for these last couple of weeks. So switching back to the daily, sorry about that, I hate it when that does that. So, I mean, clearly, obviously, this is just basic TA, but if we can bust up and break through this cloud, I mean, obviously, we're seeing a potential of 382 from where we're sitting at the 203. So, I mean, it's almost a doubling of price, especially if we can get these moving averages to turn up, especially for the hype over MoneroV. I mean, Monero is one of the best coins out there. I mean, if you know, I remember... I heard the guy offer the bet, you know, what would you rather do? Would you rather have 100 Bitcoin, or would you rather somebody give you 100 Bitcoin on top of your 100 Bitcoin, but you got to lock that 200 Bitcoin up in some altcoin? What would you pick? I wouldn't pick one, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Monero. You got your Bitcoin, you got your Litecoin, you got your Monero, and I don't think those three are going to go away at any time. Those are probably the most honest, most genuine open source projects out there. Not to say I'm hating on anything else or that I'm disparaging. No, I trade a lot. I like a lot. There's a lot of great projects. You guys hear me and what I talk about. But I am just saying that Monero's got legs. And if this is the recovery that we're seeing and not the beginning of another move downwards, which I have my doubts about, then it's not going to be a lot sweeter than now. Now, I'll eat my words if we completely capitulate past this 200-day moving average. Because already, I mean, I will grant you that this right here with all this low volume trading around this 200-day moving average is quite different from this reversal off of here. We came down, we touched it, and we got the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, this is like, oh, we came down, we actually broke through. Are we going to go back up? No, we're going to come back down. So, I mean, but this is where we get into traditional trading. So let me grab a line. All right, where's the swing low? Okay, right here. The swing low's at 173. Okay. So that is your short. That's your short right there. Past this price, you short. And I think that probably past this price right here, your 12-day moving average that we've been getting rejected from, if we can break past this price of about $203, maybe 204, maybe call it 205 to be safe, I think if we can break past that, we go long. I mean, this is basic. I can look at the time intervals. Let's see what we're working with. Let's see if we have a. Oh, sorry. Obviously, we had a bearish price flip, but this one didn't load. There we go. Yep, we just had a price flip, and we're coming off a 9 to the downside, a perfect setup 9 to the downside, fairly close to the trend setup line right here. And let's see here, we had our 13 count here reset, and now we're working on another 13 count to the downside. If we can reset that by trading above the current positive trend setup line at 265, then that 13 count gets dumped. So again, I think if we fall and capitulate past this, call it 172, 170 to 175. If we trade below this swing low, I think we're going to possibly complete a 13 count to the downside. However, if we rally right here, come above the 200-day moving average, come above the 12-day moving average, and start breaking past these lines of resistance, once we hit this cloud and pop up, I mean, we're going to go up here probably close to the Kijun line on the Ichimoku indicator. That's been deadly accurate, shinobi accurate, sniper accurate for us lately. All right. Now remember, guys, this is not financial advice. This is as fun for me as it is for you. If you like what I say and you find that I know what I'm talking about, because I feel that I do and I know that I am, then I appreciate it. Thank you. Do your own research, people. Preserve your own capital. All right. Let's go ahead and switch back over here. So I want to thank you guys for coming along with me and talking about MoneroV today. It's been a lot of fun. Again, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified every time we go live. And if you are a returning viewer, make sure you give us those thumbs up. It helps move us up in the rank. We appreciate that. And please leave your comments in the section down below, guys. It's been wonderful cracking your crypto. Have a good one.